Hi, welcome back to a new video, and in this one I'm going to be taking a look at Rennsport, and purely because it's been announced that Rennsport is going to be coming to console, and given the fact that on console there is a dearth of what could be classed as serious sim titles, I thought it was worth exploring what we have in Rennsport, and basically if you're a console player, whether you really should care about Rennsport coming to console or not. Now, they haven't given an exact time frame for when Rennsport might land on console, and one thing that they have done is said that they are going to be looking at the monetization of it. Now, the reason for this is Rennsport is PC title only at the present moment. It's in early access. It did go through numerous beta phases, and in early access it's been sold as a free-to-play title. Now, I don't have any inherent problem with the free-to-play title. I absolutely love Race Room, and that is a free-to-play title. But Rennsport is, well, let me just show you, okay? So it's got a battle pass system, which I'm going to completely ignore, but you can pay money for it. 1,800 Ren bucks, I suppose we'll call them. Yeah, I don't care for battle passes. Some people like them, I really don't care. There's then a store which has 4 options, 3 of which are available at the moment. So buying liveries is coming soon. Now again, with Race Room, you can buy liveries. So long as they're cheap, I don't care about that. But let's have a look at, first of all, the Founders Pack, which is a DLC offering. So you got 3 prices for this. Just under £17. £33.50 and £58.50. So £58.50, that's a full price title on console. You can pick up PC gaming a damn sight cheaper than that. But don't for a second think that that gets you everything that's in the title at all. No, not at all. So if we look at the cheapest one, your £16.75 will give you access to the Nordschleifer, which is the only way to get access to it in the title. You actually have to buy it. Now again, I'm going to keep coming back to Race Room. You have to buy it in Race Room. And you get 1 car purchase credit for that, and a badge, a digital badge, which I personally couldn't care less about. If you up it to the Platinum one, you get a unique Founders Pack Evin, which is the weird NFT bit, which I really don't like about this, and hopefully they kill off. And you get a livery and a 1 car and your name on a billboard. And then if we go to the Diamond one, you get, again, pretty much all the similar things going through here. Okay, but 60 quid and you don't even get anything. So what are the car prices like? Well, as is quite common with these kind of systems, schemes, you go for it. I know why I nearly said scheme there. You'll notice the car prices vary between 1,050 Ren bucks and 1,350 Ren bucks. And you do get 1 free vehicle when you sign up, which currently is the 2020 BMW M2 CS Racing, which is what we'll be trying in a short while. But if you buy currency, you'll notice that there isn't anything that falls neatly into the price of a car here. So basically you're looking at 1,500 plus 170 bonus Ren bucks for £12.79. Unsurprisingly the most popular one, because that's basically what you need to be able to buy a car. So with change left over, there are a few cars that you can buy, as you can see here, cheaper than that, but it's basically means that you are looking at anywhere between £8.50 and £13 for a car, which is iRacing kind of prices, being perfectly honest. Whether you're happy with that or not, that's entirely up to you, but it's not really helped the popularity of the title on PC at all, in all honesty. And then in your garage you have your cars in there, apply stickers to your own cars, browse your owned liveries for your owned cars, and browse your car collection. You've got this EVIN here, which is unique to the car. So this is the kind of NFT bit, and the idea behind it I kind of get. You know, if you're wonderfully successful, you can drive a car to win a major championship, and because that car's unique, that car then has value, but it's not real still, it's a digital item. So as you can possibly tell, I'm not a big NFT fan, and I never have been, and I'm unlikely to ever be. But all of that aside, let's basically take a car out for a session and give it a go. Now, I would take it out for a race, but if you go into custom session and go into session and race, and you can set all sorts of fun things up in here. You can tweak the gameplay, you can add drivers. So let's say I wanted a single race for BMW M2, cars allowed, available cars, 10 minutes I've set this to. I've selected my model here, you can see that. I can go to track conditions, it's June, etc, etc. I've picked my car, I've picked my track, which is Spa, and I'm going to start my quick session. So, but you'll notice here, one driver. Now, don't, for the love of anything, ask me how you actually set that higher than one, because I'm not entirely sure if you can actually have single player races in this at all, because as you'll see, all I'm actually in now is a race by myself. Isn't that fun? So let's see what this is all about. Now, one of the things to note is this is running in Unreal Engine 5 with all of the flashy bangs that come with it. I'm getting what, high, mid-60s in terms of frame rate here with a single car on track. Whether that will improve or not, I've got no idea. Because as I say, I can't get any more cars on track. It looks okay. I mean, you've got some nice textures in there and things like that. But one of the things it's a bit weird on is, aside from the fact that they seem to really, really like having long grass, none of the circuits I've tried have seemed a groundskeeper in quite a while, and that it just strikes me as they've done it so that they can say we can do it. It might seem a bit picky there from my point of view, or from your point of view, that I'm being a bit picky, but there's just something about the way the tracks look that for me just doesn't gel at all, and doesn't seem to feel right. You know, I know this is Spa, this looks like Spa, but it also doesn't seem quite right. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't exactly put my finger on why, but it just doesn't feel right. It's something about the graphics, it's something about the way it looks that just doesn't seem right. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not off visually to the point of, say, Project Cars 3, where everything looked day-glow and weird and we had circus tents and nonsense like that. So it's not that bad, but yeah, something isn't quite how it should be. Now, okay, so it looks a bit weird. It's got a bit of an iffy model to it in terms of how things look, but what does it drive like? Well, it feels all right, but there's not really anything groundbreaking here that's going on. Now, I'm not going to drop, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 quid on buying a range of cars just to really put this through its paces, because I want this to be an initial thoughts about it. But the force feedback is interesting, because the force feedback is kind of telling me what's happening in terms of the curbs. So that's well enough done, I've run over those curbs, I can feel those curbs, I can definitely feel those curbs. So in terms of environmental, it's pretty good, it's letting me know that there's a texture to the track surface. I've got that, I've got a feel of the curbs and things like that. But in terms of what the car's doing, it's a bit muted, in all honesty. It's not really giving me a great deal of feedback as to what the car's doing, which is fine, because the car feels dull. That's the best way I can describe it. The car feels dull. Now, I'll be honest with you, this particular car, or very similar cars, based on a BMW 2 Series platform, single make series, these cars are all over the place in particularly PC titles, and they are normally fun to drive. They're not massively challenging, but they're reasonably communicative and they're interesting enough to drive. So this one just feels dull. I don't know, maybe the 2021 was spectacularly dull in its own right, but I don't think so. I think this is just Rennsport, and I've got to be honest with you, it just feels a bit dull. So what does this actually mean for a console release? Well, I've got to be perfectly honest with you. Unless they completely turn this title around, and I really do mean completely turn this title around, I'm not really sure what niche it's going to occupy, because to be perfectly honest, if you're a console player and you're a sim racer, the chances are that, given the limited range of titles available, you will almost certainly have already picked up Assetto Corsa Competizione, and ACC is better than this in pretty much every single way. It just is. So what would they need to do? Well, I honestly don't know, because the force feedback's good for track details, not great for what the car's doing for you. The car feels dull to drive, sounds are okay. I got absolutely zero communication that that was going to happen then. The back end just stepped round and the car and the force feedback told me absolutely nothing. So, yeah. Should you be excited about this coming to console? No. No. Yep. In my view, you really shouldn't. Unless it improves significantly from now to its console release. No, don't feel excited about it at all. In fact, I'm quite disappointed that I actually downloaded this onto my Steam account and have spent time driving it. Yeah, it's not worth it, and I can't see it being worth it on console, even with the limited range of titles that are available on console. So there we go. That is Rennsport heading to console, and whether you should really care about it or not. And in my personal view, the answer is no, you probably shouldn't. Okay, there we go. If you have found this video, pop it in neutral, even remotely interesting, useful, helpful, or anything, please give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't care. The engagement helps either way. And if you want to see more content like this, please do subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye.